Everything I ate today as a fatty.
We're starting out the day with some breakfast.
Throwdown of the day is slugs.
Today, this obese TikToker posts grotesque videos of her slowly eating her way to an early grave, profiting massively from glorifying a public health crisis. We're gonna take a look and brace yourself. Okay, brace yourself.
Everything I ate today as a fatty.
Oh, I didn't know people were like proudly identifying as fatty now. Is that going to be the next letter of the Wi-Fi password community? And I am sorry, because I know a few people in my audience have this nose ring, and there are exceptions to every rule, but most of the time when you see that bull-looking ass nose ring, you are about to hear the worst takes of your life. And this video, not an exception.
We're starting out the day with some breakfast. And we also had to get some protein in for breakfast.
So your idea of a breakfast is a massive donut or pastry dipped into milk, which whatever, if you like to eat your donuts that way, I guess. I kind of grosses me out, but you do you, boo. Just pure sugar, spike the blood sugar, eat pure carbs, and then for your protein, it's a massive hunk of fried chicken dipped in ranch. Baby, you gotta be trolling us. Whatever happened to eggs and toast or some oatmeal? Like, this is crazy. And of course, you know, like I eat donuts. We ordered some from our favorite place in Chicago not too long ago, and we've got some in our freezer. Like, we'll have a little bit of one now and then. It's fine to have sweets and have nice things, but you can't eat like this every day without slowly poisoning yourself. And that's what this woman is doing. The rest of her day continues as it began.
We got Dutch Bros.
Good, some sugary drinks.
We got cauliflower pizza for lunch.
Pizza, but it's healthy because it has cauliflower. I mean, again, like not the worst thing to eat in isolation. It's the addition of all these things that's the problem. Oh, good. More sugary drinks.
Ice cream tea with peach and raspberry.
Does this lady have any idea how much calories and sugar she's drinking? That's 3 sweet drinks by what? Lunchtime? Afternoon? Personally, I think that's one of the worst health mistakes people make is drinking lots of pop or sugary drinks. Like, it's okay to have some sugar and have some sweets, but I personally would much rather have a bowl of ice cream at the end of the day with hot fudge than these drinks. But I'm sure it adds up to as much or more sugar in those drinks. This is a way people eat tons of calories and drink tons of sugar without noticing that they're really doing that is through these drinks. Like, water is not going to hurt you, or even black coffee, black tea, herbal tea. You can drink things that if you don't like to just drink plain water, there's plenty of options that aren't going to slowly poison you. Now we get to her dinner.
For dinner, we're eating a burger bowl.
That actually looks really good. So the burger bowl actually looks really good. And I will be totally honest with you. That's the kind of thing I do eat sometimes. And it's good. Also, it's not as bad for you if you're going to have a burger. If you have it in a lettuce wrap like that rather than the bun, save some carbs. Of course, there's the French fries there that are pretty bad for you. And it's okay to eat like that. If you're active, if you eat healthy stuff, like, 80% of the time, it's okay to have good meals like that. Like, to me, that's the kind of food I like and do indulge in sometimes. But when you eat like this every day, you will become morbidly obese and you will most likely develop severe health issues as a result, potentially mental health issues as well. And on average, years and years and years of your life will be taken off your expected lifespan. That is a form of self-harm, and you deserve our empathy and our compassion and our sympathy for that, for whatever you're going through that's made you develop an unhealthy relationship with food like this, but it is not something you should be broadcasting to millions of people on the internet, glorifying and profiting off of. I mean, this has 8 million views or more, and it's conveniently 1 minute and 1 second long, just long enough to be monetized in the TikTok Creator Fund. And I know that because I also monetize my content. There's nothing inherently wrong with doing that. But when you're doing that based on the glorification of self-harm, yeah, I do think that's a problem, actually. Oh, and you thought we were done with the sweet drinks for the day after 3, right? You thought.
The Starry, 0 sugar cranberry to end the night.
So I have mixed thoughts about the sugar-free drinks. If people enjoy them, I mean, it's up to you, I guess. I personally have a theory that when you drink all the sweetness, but then your body doesn't get the calories that it expects as a result, it hits you with cravings. I used to work at a Subway in high school making sandwiches. That was my first minimum wage job. And we could just have free fountain drinks as we drank, but I didn't want to have a ton of sugar. So I would just get the zero sugar lemonade and I'd drink like 2 big ones in a shift. And then at the end, I'd have all these insane cravings and I'd be starving and I'd overeat. And I gained a little weight while I was working that job, partly as a result of that overeating. And looking back, I think it's because I did that. But that's just a theory. I will say just because something's sugar-free or 0 calories doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. But I guess, that's kind of up to each individual to do their own research on and decide. But she ended the night with that, right? Whatever, how many thousands of calories, how many hundreds and hundreds of grams of sugar, like that was enough, right? No.
We're ending the night with some Dippin' Dots.
I thought we already ended the night and you had to go and have yet more terrible food for you. I didn't count, like, the only thing that resembled a vegetable was a lettuce wrap and cauliflower pizza in all that. And again, I love ice cream. I eat ice cream. Nobody's saying you can't eat ice cream sometimes, but it's like if you always eat like this, you are harming yourself. One, also harming your budget. How homegirl is eating out like this? Maybe it's because she's profiting off of an eating disorder and glorifying self-harm to make thousands and thousands of dollars a video off the TikTok Creator Fund. But how she's eating like this, that's got to be bad for the budget as well, for your heart and your bones and your system that has to be weighed down by being morbidly obese. Everything in moderation. And I'm not here telling you not to eat anything bad, but you shouldn't be eating like this. And this is an epidemic in America. People literally eat like this every day. And then we wonder why we have the rates of heart disease and diabetes and all these other very serious health conditions that we have. Now, actually looking at some of her other videos, she does go to the gym. I don't know how often she goes, but she posts herself going to the gym, and that's great. But it is very hard to outrun or out exercise a terrible diet. And she posts videos like this every day. What she eats as an unrepentant fatty, her words, basically. And it's really bad. They're all like this, mostly. They're all terrible foods for you. And she's promoting this, glorifying it as if it's cute or chic or trendy, when it's literally self-harm. Think about it like this. How would the internet respond? How would TikTok moderation respond if a person with an eating disorder that starts with A did the same thing? What I eat in a day as a skinny girl, it's a cup of ice for breakfast. It's a bowl of chicken broth for lunch and dinner. It's a bowl of ice for dessert with some sugar sprinkled on top. Like, imagine that content. Would the internet be like, yeah, slay queen? Would TikTok be like, creator fund, here you go, here's thousands of dollars? Probably not. In fact, I mean, there's one creator I can think of who's kind of like that, but by and large, that kind of content is censored, down promoted, and gets pushback from the internet. People like this, on the other hand, are celebrated and glorified. And that's really messed up. That's really wrong. And it's only going to make this perverse culture when it comes to food and health and diet and culture on the internet is only going to make America's obesity crisis much, much worse. And there's nothing compassionate or kind about that when you are leading people astray and leading them not just towards the fridge, but towards an early grave. That's just my take. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. I do love hearing from you guys. And please hit that like button. The amount of delusional stuff I've had to sit through already today is taking a toll on me, on my brains, on my brain cells. Their last few ones are slowly incinerating themselves.